Hello, everyone. I didn't change the title. Welcome to I Didn't Change the
Woo!
Title because it's Saturday. There we go. Hi, I'm Simon at Wandering DM. Today I am not going to GM anything. I'm going to be a player in our Rapscallion campaign called Black Flag. Before we introduce the rest of the cast, I would just like to thank all of our sponsors for today, beginning with Mage Hand Press, the makers of 5th edition D&D supplements. Check them out at store.magehandpress.com. Check out Found Familiar as well if you're interested in some good coffee to wake you up this Saturday morning. I know it's 1 in the afternoon, but it's morning for me. So check them out at foundfamiliar.com. You can also use the panels down below. Check out as well our other sponsor, Roll20. Roll20 is a virtual tabletop that you can check out at roll20.net or with the panels down below. All of our games here on Wandering DM, we play them on Roll20. You can see it on the overlay at the moment. And if you're interested in playing games remotely with your friends during this time of COVID, check out roll20.net. Then, our partners through the Diceomancy program are, of course, Level Up Dice. They make wonderful dice out of metal, stone, and semi-precious stones. You can use the purple torch down below or the link in chat to go check out what they have in stock. That said, let's go around the table. Tell us who you are, who you're playing, and we'll start with Quentin.
I had to look at the overlay to see exactly who he's pointing to.
Yeah, sorry.
The Thragon in chat, Thragon on Twitter. Today I'm going to be playing Isaac Brown, and I'm pretty excited to see what's going to happen today. Kraken, other pirates. We stole some things from a guy who did a thing and spooky stuff, and apparently Lindy's a golem or something, maybe. Lots of fun.
Up next, Alyssa.
Ahoy! It is I, Alyssa, or Xander Slambleton, or in this case, Captain Renata de Rochefort. And I'm regretting some of the choices I have made, and now we're on the run from literally a failed deal with the devil. And there's a Kraken coming.
I don't know what you're talking about. Next is Lindy.
Hi, that's me. I'm also tired, but known as Lindy. I will be playing Josephine, aka Josie, today. She's a sweet, naive pirate who's about to have a life crisis of who am I? What am I? What's the meaning of life? You know, the usual. It's fine. Everything will be fine.
And last amongst our players, but certainly not least, Shauna.
Hey, Shauna Flanks on Twitter, and I am playing Corinne Haley, the ship's witch, who had a concerning talk with Josephine. So maybe Josephine probably doesn't like. It's probably like, maybe no more talks with the witch. So hey, and I antagonized the British Navy for petty reasons. So hey, there we go.
And to tell the story of our group of Scallywag are the Fates, played by Deirdre.
Yes! Hi, that's me. That's a thing. Hi, y'all. How are we doing? Are we having fun? I want to point out that, yes, there are dark things in the deep. Always stay on the weather side. But we are sailing underway to the mark on your map that you now have all 3 pieces of because Isaac stole them and was very kind enough to give it back to his captain. But you're underway, sailing south towards Granada from Cuba. Southeast. South of the British and US Virgin Islands. Towards the Dutch West Indies. At your speed of averaging about 6 knots, it'll take you 12 days at sea. What would you like to do? Because I believe Josephine is having an existential crisis.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I think her last words to Corinne was, "So does that mean I'm not a real person?" Because, life's tough. I think she would be very, a bit distraught and kind of look to Corinne to, verify what she's saying.
Yeah, I think she does see Josephine's concerns. Don't worry, you're still a person, no matter how you're created. The only concern is you probably should watch out how close you get to your father. Some controlling things.
Okay.
To be fair, it's not that much different than my father, honestly. Created to do something that they want control over you. Well, we'll try our best to make sure that you have your own say in things.
You're saying he controlled me?
Yes.
I need to go. And she slowly backs out.
Well, if you need to talk about controlling parents, I'll always be here.
Okay. And ekes out of the room, closes the door gently and carefully.
I think in the right before it shuts, you'll be just wave.
And then very slowly, ponderously, go to find my best buddy Isaac.
Are we still just leaving port? Is that?
I would say that you've probably been underway for at least a half an hour, an hour. You're definitely you're coming around. So let's move you. So here's the thing. Havana is here on the north shore of Cuba, and you're going down here, right? So you have to sail along the north shore of Cuba, along Hispaniola, then down and around, depending on where the reefs are, right? So you're probably sailing within relative. I mean, depending on how far you wanted to sail out, you could be within relative sight of Cuba.
So Isaac would be trying to lockpick his way into the rum hold.
You won't have to do that. You can just go down there.
You're trying to lockpick your way into the rum hold.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. This is a
I feel like rum's
this
the
is a
only
break
thing
in.
that's locked
This
up.
is literally there's a move for this called break in.
Oh my goodness.
Roll
Yeah,
plus blood.
you can do that, but again, you don't have to break into anything. It's probably not even a real lock. If it's there, it's just
Oh
a
my God,
fake
is-
lock picking.
It's just a fake
Is
lock.
Isaac locking the door that's unlocked?
Yes.
So
Damn it, Isaac.
When Josie finds me, I'm just like, oh, come on, just a little bit more. Damn.
And you
Do you
break the
need help?
lockpick.
Oh, Josie, how are you doing?
Do you need help first? Because I'm going to have a very long talk with you, maybe?
Ooh. Long talks are best had over drinks. So, yes, I need some help.
Okay.
Josie just pushes
She just
the door
pushes
open.
the door open. Just very much easier. And I'll stroll in and grab like one bottle for her and one for me and say, "Here you go."
Thank you. Where do you want to drink rum?
Right here's probably fine.
Okay, we'll drink rum in the rum hole, and I'll just kind of like close the door back. So, I have some questions about people.
Anyone in specific?
Just people as a whole.
This is going to get deep.
Okay. I don't know how deep, but okay, I'm ready. So, people. I've observed a lot of people, and I have some questions. Breathing.
Yes.
Is that something you have people do all the time?
While they're living, yes.
Okay, so dead people don't.
No.
Okay.
Not well.
Pretty sure about that one, but I wasn't sure about the living people.
You might need to
Okay.
ask Corinne on that one.
Nope. Good. I don't need to ask her about anything else.
Generally, dead people don't breathe.
Okay. Eating.
Yes, most living people need to eat too.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Fire.
Bad.
What about floating? Like on the water? Like, sink? Do people sink?
You know, it kind of varies. Some
Okay.
people float more than others, depending on what they're wearing.
But there's buoyancy there?
Yes. Yeah.
Isaac. I had to talk with Corinne.
And you can't swim. Is that
Well,
what?
no, I can't swim. I sink. But I was talking with Corinne, and she did like a spooky card reading, and all of the cards were blank. And she told me that meant that I am not a person. She said afterwards that I was, but I don't believe her because I don't need to do any of these things you said people need to do, like breathing and eating.
What, you don't breathe?
I don't need to.
But do you?
Not really. I mean, I have to talk a little bit, but it's more like
Wait. You could literally walk on the ocean floor forever?
well, yes, because I don't float. I just sink. So that's how I'd have to get out.
My God, that's amazing. All right, think of it this way.
And I don't need to eat. And when you all people drink rum, you get very silly, and I don't know why.
You don't get drunk?
No.
Oh, good heavens. So getting drunk might not be what makes a person a person.
Yes, but the eating and the breathing and the floating. Oh, and fire doesn't do anything to me. So that's why when Nathaniel burnt the place down that I was staying in, I was just fine. No one else came out with me, and now I know why. This also explains a lot more why we set ships on fire.
Just because you don't do those things doesn't mean that you're not a person. What makes a person, or even humanity? Do you feel happy?
Not right now.
Have you ever felt happy?
Yes.
Have you felt sad?
Yes. Very recently, but not before then.
Have you been angry?
Also recently, but not really much before then.
Do you care for things? People? Do you
Well,
care
yes,
for
you're my
possessions?
best friend.
In a non-scientific way, because what you said about the breathing, eating, and drinking
Yes.
makes a lot of sense, but
Okay.
what makes a person isn't what everyone does, it's what the individual
What about
does.
a soul? Because I'm pretty sure Corinne said I didn't have one.
Well, what does that matter?
I don't know.
I mean,
She said Ignatius
Probably.
made me to control me and do things for him. I didn't even know I was being controlled.
Well, that's maybe everybody's controlled by something. Like me, I would do a lot of things for rum.
Klondike bar. No. Yes.
But what I consider you a person no matter how you were created. You have individual thought, you care for things, you act on your own volition most of the time, from what I'm hearing. Like you are here
I'm
right
starting
now.
to question that, but yes.
All right. What about you're able to act freely now, but just not when around Ignatius Steele?
I think mostly. Sometimes people tell me to do things and I feel really like I should do them.
Touch your nose. Now, I want you to leave your finger on your nose. But now remove your finger from your nose.
But you said to not
You see?
does not compute goes never mind of it.
You see? There you go. I gave
Feels
you a
very,
command and you did not
very
have to follow
strange.
it.
Feels weird.
But the thing about it is that you understand what I'm saying and you can interpret it in different ways, yes?
Yes.
Not basically human.
Should I tell the captain
That you're human?
that I'm basically human? And what about Nathaniel?
Does he not know that you might have been magically created?
Well, no, I haven't told him. I came in to tell you first because we're secret buddies.
Do you think you should tell him?
I don't know. People who like each other a lot generally tell each other lots of things, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you, out of all of your possessions and people, is Nathaniel pretty high up top? Would you
Yes.
say that you have feelings for Nathaniel, that you don't care for other things?
Yes, and I'd never had them before. It made me want to hit a nun in the face with a brick.
Josie, I think you are more human than you know.
Oh, thank you, Isaac. This was a good talk. I feel a little better now.
And I think when the time is right, you should tell Nathaniel something.
Okay. I will tell him something.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just going to take a couple more bottles of these.
You
and-
can have mine because it doesn't do anything.
One of these days, we'll find a way to get you drunk.
Okay.
I might make it a goal of mine.
All right. Well, I will leave you to drinking then, and act human, do human things, like eating.
Like eating, but also you don't have to always obey everything everyone tells you. For instance, the captain tells me to do lots of things, and I do very,
don't do
very
half
little
of
of them. Probably around 80%, I just throw off to the wind.
That's a lot to the wind.
Yes. But
I think I wind up doing most of them.
probably a good thing, but think about why you're doing them and why you want to do them when somebody asks you to do something.
Okay. It'll make me a little slower, but I think I can do that.
It will make you more human to think about what you're doing and what the end goal is. So when the captain says hoist the sails, like, oh, we're hoisting the sails because of. Now when somebody says kill a random person, you go, but why?
I've never asked that before.
It might be a good thing to maybe start.
I think about it. But why? Like that. Just,
Yes.
okay.
Maybe even shout it louder.
But why?
Perfect.
Okay.
Next time the captain asks you to do something.
I'll try it out. Okay.
This was a good talk, Josie.
Yes. Thank you, Isaac. And she'll give him a hug. It's a very strong hug.
You're so strong.
2 harm. Hug.
2 harm. I was thinking 3.
You know, it's very important. But while Josie leaves Isaac to his inebriation, we're going to pan the camera over and see what Nathaniel is doing at the moment.
Nathaniel can be found on the bridge. Well, not for all 12 days, but assuming that we're continuing where we left off last time.
Yeah.
Still sharpening his rapier. Grumbling, mumbling things about Ignatius' steel and trying to find a way to avoid the mind-controlling powers or whatever magic he has. Dark thoughts fill his mind.
So an angry Nathaniel staring brutally out to sea under the moonlight as you set sail at night.
Yep. Probably with my, like, open shirt flapping in the wind.
Okay. You look around, Nathaniel. It's calm, it's quiet. The seas are to steal a phrase from our dear friends among the United States Coast Guard. It's the water would be FTAC. FATC, excuse me.
Shit. I thought I had something, but no.
No, I put the acronym in the wrong way. It's FACTT. FACTT. There we go. Put them in the right order. Flat ass calm with teeny tiny ripples. The moon shines bright, mirrored on the water. You have yourself and your thoughts. And then there's something odd, though. Even as you stare broodingly and angrily out to sea over the prow of the ship, there's this tingling in the back of your head that something's off behind you.
behind me.
Mhm.
I will turn around.
There's just something off. It's quiet. It's still. The wind has filled your sails. But there's something. That sense that something's there.
Is anyone on the crow's nest?
Yeah, I figure one of your crew is up there.
I'm gonna ask the I'm gonna ask the crow's nest if they see anything.
You get a call back. You know the gentleman up there is Charles. Woohoo! Thank you for all the subs.
Oh my god, that's a lot.
All those gifts. All those gift subs. You know the gentleman up there, his name is Edwin. Most folk call him Eddie. That level of crazy-eyed, full-on bushy beard, slightly bulbous nose, tricorn hat, might or might not be able to outdrink Isaac. There's never been confirmed, but people have attempted to actually like compare their drinking habits.
Maybe when all this is over, we'll have a drinking contest for that.
We're gonna have to.
Yeah.
It's that level of you. It's never been confirmed, but it's possible, kind of thing.
My rival is on the ship now.
I just had a thought. Maybe we can like use Josie to like get money in drinking contests from now on.
Oh, absolutely. We should, right?
I respect that. He is, he's older, significantly. No one's quite sure exactly how old, and I'm quite sure he doesn't remember even anymore. But he is a weather hand and one of the most steady folk that you know on the ship. He does not spook easy, and he doesn't realize a lot. He notices a lot.
Can you give me 2 seconds?
Mhm.
I apologize. I will be right back.
Yep. We'll leave Edwin and we'll leave Eddie in the crow's nest for the moment, and we'll pan the camera over to Captain Renata, who you decided to head into your cabin to attempt something with this map.
I'm copying it currently. I'm copying the route. I have a plan for the specific map, but I'm taking a risk and I'm sending a copy out, which I assume I have some way of getting it out, but I'm making copies of the map and I'm sending it to a few people. But once I finish copying the map, I'm taking the pieces to my favorite trouble child. Because I don't. So I am. I'm assuming that I've made about 3 copies at this point of what the whole route is and where it is, and I'm gonna attempt to send them.
Where are you sending them? How are you sending them?
I'm
Message
hoping
in
I
the
have-
bottle.
I mean, maybe one would be message in a bottle just for the fun of it. But I don't know if I have any kind of way. I think I'm just like getting ready to find posts wherever we stop, if we stop anywhere on the way.
Okay.
Because I it's not like I have like a bird or something that I know it can be like, go fly, do the thing. If I did have that,
Yes.
if I had that, I would absolutely use it. But I'm doing it, and I'm including notes with it of where to be and how to get there.
Just roll me plus vinegar or plus polish. Just see how good your, how good your map making skills are.
Not great, apparently. Not great.
Nope.
I'm
Nope,
not artistic. All I care about is that the destination's all there. It doesn't need a route so much as the destination. It's probably like that child it looks like a crazy person is, having a major manic moment of making these copies.
Yep. You see, you're trying really hard, and they look good to you.
I'm also a little drunk at this point. I can't guarantee.
Yeah, there was a
it's gonna
lot
go
of drinking. There's a lot of drinking, and then so you finish your artistic endeavors, and where are you going to go see if you can find Isaac?
Probably just feeling like I need to steel myself, so I'm going to the rum. I'm just looking for alcohol because I assume I'm out of whatever's in my quarters, and I'm just gonna go down and.
So you
I
head
don't wanna
below
be
decks to the rum locker.
Just gonna
Slightly inebriated. Slightly inebriated. Go to push open the door and kind of push the door. Have to push it a couple times because there's someone in the way. Because that's where you left Isaac.
I'm terribly sorry. It's busy in here. There's a spill. There's powder everywhere. Just give me 7 hours.
First off, no. Second off, it's your captain. Let me in.
Okay, and I'll open the door.
I'm just gonna. I do not look good right now. I look like I've been sobbing, trying to get all the fancy people makeup off. I do not look great.
Captain, are you okay?
No. No, hand me a bottle. I don't care what it is. Just hand me a bottle.
This one. There.
Fine. And I just chew the cork off and take a huge swig back.
Easy. Long way to the treasure. Only person who, yeah, it's fine. Keep drinking.
I'm gonna just wipe my nose a little bit. Like, I'm trying not to cry again. It's like...
Did someone die?
Well, no. Well, I think I did. Or should. I don't know anymore, Isaac. Can you look at this? And I hand him one of the copies. It's like, does this look okay?
What is this? Are you trying? Is this a sheep? Is this?
No, it's
Is this
it's the map. Does it
what
not look?
map?
And I have the pieces of the map. But it's like the map. It just wanted me.
Why are we making copies of the map that we worked so hard for? We have the one. Yes.
Because I think we need backup. I think we're about to. Whew, Isaac, I had a night. Let me tell you.
You think why would we? If we lose the one, why would we? Why would we lose the one?
I don't think we're gonna lose the one. I just think when we get there, I think we're gonna die. I don't think it's gonna go great.
Why do you think we're always going to die? But why specifically when we get there?
I think maybe I made a deal with the devil and I already betrayed him.
Corinne?
No. Rude, but no.
I mean, she deals with the black magics and whatnot.
No.
Does she not have a devil?
I never understood. I just sort of, she calls it her beloved, and at this point, I don't want to know.
How cool would that be? To have an invisible thing do your bidding for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But wait, which devil, how? Do you want to tell me what happened? You don't have to, by no means.
No, but I think I need you to take the map. Oh no. It's just because it's getting more sober in here. Can I just take another huge drink?
But what would be waiting for us at the treasure? According to the map, there's nothing there.
I'm pretty certain that Ignatius Steele put the things at the end of that map.
Well, of course there's something at the end of the map.
No, like I think maybe not only does he know that we have the map, but whatever's there is probably either connected to him or something, and I don't think it's treasure. Oh man.
I'm sorry.
I don't think it's treasure. I think it's possible that we're getting into the realm of goblins and ghouls and demons and all of the stuff from Storybook.
Some of those I'm fairly certain are not real. Fairly certain.
Yeah.
And if they are real, probably we're in the wrong climate for them.
Goblins with sunburns. That's all I can think of now. Isaac, what would you say if I told you that well, do you trust me as your captain?
I mean,
I know you don't listen, and I know Steve does a lot of your cleaning duties, and I've seen Josie do several of the things I've asked you to do. I don't fight it anymore because I don't know what else to do. But
I mean, I trust you as my captain, but I don't always agree with the way you do things. No, but I'm still here, aren't I?
well, that's something at least.
I'm not actively working against you right now.
That's comforting, I guess. Isaac, I think I've put the crew in more danger than we can handle.
I mean, how much danger? I've sold out most of the people on our ship. What could you have possibly done?
tried to make a bargain with Ignatius Steele, but you all got all the things that I bargained for.
So what did you give him?
The crew.
What?
I basically had promised that we would let him keep Josie if he let us go be his bannerman, basically. So I could get the map because I just wanted to know what was at the other end of the map.
Aren't we serving under somebody not Ignatius Steele?
Yeah. We are technically under
Captain Blood?
Blood. Yeah. But it became very obvious that it was the only way to get the map, and then you all stole the map, and you stole Josie, which, good on ya. I was prepared to just let Josie die for the sake of getting the map.
What if we sacrificed Steve instead? Not Josie.
Well, Steve's a good boy.
So is Josie.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm a bad captain. And she just starts sobbing again. I'm the worst person that's ever. I only got this because Captain Blood, I think he only gave me a ship because I was his fun time companion until he could get marriage proposal out of Arabella Bishop, and I think he gave me a ship so I'd stop, so I wouldn't be his buddy anymore. But he would still call me all. He just would have me come to his quarters all the time, and I guess I thought maybe he had the ability to have feelings for me, but then it just became clear that it was just to fill his time. And now I have a ship, and I can't just.
No, Captain. No, it's fine, and I'll pat her on the back. Think about all of the good decisions you've made thus far.
I just hold the bottle up and try to gesture like I haven't. I keep getting us killed, and now we have a ship that doesn't even go to treasure. The map just goes to hell.
None of us are dead, right? We still have a ship. We still have a crew. Deals are broken all the time. If half the things I've heard about you, because granted, I'm not always here all the time to see what you're doing, but if half the things that you have done are true, you're a fantastic captain.
You think so?
Of course. So, do you know why I don't have a ship? Because it takes a lot of responsibility, and I don't have that yet. But you do. You manage us very well. You keep a pile of treasure somewhere that no one can find that we can all take from, apparently.
It's literally the next room over from this one.
Still don't believe it. But
and she's just like, literally, it's next door. You go to the next room and you push the door open and boom. Treasures.
But also, I've served under a few captains. You are by far the best captain. You give us freedom with borders, which is what we need. As pirates, you understand our concerns. You have a goal in mind, even if there is no gold at the end of this. Let's say there is 0 gold pieces. Will we be upset? Yes, but it will not be your fault. There's always gold out there somewhere.
There's always gold out there somewhere.
There's always gold out there.
Did I tell you that the map, the only reason I have the map is because I stole it from Captain Blood's beloved?
What?
Yeah, I don't know what Arabella Bishop wanted with this map, but she had it when I first found it. And I think I just wanted to get to the end of it to prove that I was worthy captain.
But so, did you ask Ignatius Steele what's at the end of this?
Yeah, he just said that he put it there. So I assume it's some kind of demon thing. Deathly scary monster.
It's-
But I mean, if the house that we just came from is any indication, there's bound to be something expensive there.
Yes, but while Ignatius Steele is still living, like, why would he want to take his wealth and hide it on an island where he can't access it?
I think that's what the demon is about. I mean, he clearly has access to an immense amount of wealth. But I think maybe our treasure is less gold and more dark magics.
That is fine for now. I have faith in you as a captain that you will lead us to gold somewhere eventually. Once you prove to yourself that you are a good captain. Look, I mean, this is clearly a personal matter for you to prove to yourself that you earned this spot. And no one's doubting you. Didn't even know anything about you and Captain Blood or any of that. I just figured that you were the right person for the job.
You thought I was. She just starts crying again.
Oh my goodness. Captain,
I promise I'm not usually like this. It's just the Havana air gets to me, I guess. I don't know. It's not
yes,
the rum.
something about the salt in the air and the cool breeze
I think it's all the pretty houses.
in the pretty houses.
I don't know. I'm just making up excuses.
No, keep drinking. It's fine.
Just tailing back.
Once we're done with this treasure, whatever it is, we will find another treasure, and then another treasure, and then, I mean, eventually we'll retire somewhere. I don't know, maybe we'll build a giant commune, and Josie can, I don't know, throw boulders for a living. I don't know. We'll buy our own island.
We'll buy our own island. I like that. All right.
Can I have you both roll plus vinegar, please?
I'm just rolling for shit today.
Well, it's oddly appropriate. As you say that, buy your own island, Isaac, you are your general level of inebriation. But Captain, you are well past that and into slowly siding down the wall. And Isaac, if you don't catch her, she's gonna pass out.
Easy, Captain. Easy. Let's get you to your quarters. It'll sleep it off. Pretend it never happened. That's what I always do.
She just points to both of her eyes.
Yes. Yes. If you keep drinking and then forget this ever happened, then you'll wake up and you'll feel fine. Your head might hurt, but it's fine.
I think you should. I heard a rumor from the ship that you can do something with maps that make them magical. So you should take the map.
I will take the map and keep it safe with my other maps. So you didn't want to give the copies of the map to anybody in particular?
I was gonna send one to Captain Blood and sort of admit that I stole this map from Miss Bishop, and I was gonna send one to Captain Cousteau so he could find us when we die. I
We're
was
not-
trying to plan.
We're not going to die, and does Captain Blood know that you stole the map?
I don't think so. I
Perfect.
don't know if he knows that she had the map. But then again, I don't know if she knows that I know that he doesn't know either. And I don't know if he knows that I know that she knows.
So your future story for this map is that you won it in a poker match. That is how you got the first portion of this map. Some unnamed man you won it from. You did not steal it. Yes? Look at me. This is how we lie.
She's just like, the lights are just fading.
Both eyes. Say it. Map. Card
Map.
game.
Map bard game.
Close enough.
Large shame? I
And
need to
as-
go to sleep.
As you walk, pass out in your cabin, Isaac, you have both the original map pieces that form its own map, and you have the captain's less than great creative attempts at reproducing said map. And you, as a navigator, would probably look at these and go, was she trying to draw? I don't know what this is. Like, no one would understand what this is.
These are clearly plans for a commune on our private island.
I'm an abstract artist centuries before the abstract expressionism movement even happened.
You're not sure if it's a chicken or a landmass.
These are probably best not shown to anyone. Our captain is fully capable.
Just the alcohol is preventing her.
Yes, it's just the alcohol.
I actually have
So
a play move curiosity point before we exit this scene entirely. I have a move in the captain's playbook that's bond. That is, when a crewmate submits to you despite their doubts, you can add 1 rank with them.
Yes,
And I would argue that this is a chance to add 1 rank with Isaac because now he's been my therapist.
I would say yes. And I would say that even more than that, Isaac did acknowledge that he thinks that you are a good captain.
Which is one of my goals, was to get Isaac to trust me.
There you go. Trusting all the
Victories!
trust. Victory is mine.
All right, as we were.
As you were. So, Nathaniel,
Yes.
you're being broody and
Eh,
you're still muted for us.
Oh, hello.
You are being broody, and the calm sees her. The moonlight, it's not full, maybe 3/4, waxing. There's just this tingle in the back of your head that something's there.
Yeah, I wanted to ask the crow's nest if they could see anything in back of the ship, which I don't remember the name for it.
Eddie, I
The
put him in
Eddie.
your in your document.
No. I mean, no, the name of the person, good, but the prow is the front of the ship.
Mm-hmm.
But what's the back end?
Stern.
The stern.
The stern. Stern is the physical back. Aft is the direction.
Well, right now it doesn't really matter.
Yes. So for you would ask Eddie, and it takes a couple minutes because he's a little bit hard of hearing. The gentleman has served at sea on a number of ships for a number of years, and close quarters with cannons can be damaging to one's long-term hearing. But he shouts down eventually that in a horrible mess of a Cockney accent that I cannot do, that he doesn't see anything. No sails, no lights, Moon and stars are all he sees.
I'll go to the stern
Mm-hmm.
and try to look. Like, I mean, he sees much farther than I, but I'm going to look in the water. Like last time we had mermaids, that was a problem.
I mean, you see a couple dolphins skimming the wake of the ship. Fish. Because you're still within sight of land, relatively. It's quiet.
I'll just keep an eye out. But otherwise, I'll go back to my brooding.
You'll go back to your brooding. We're going to fast forward because it will be 12 days at sea. This technically counts as a long rest, so if you've had any harm remaining, you are allowed to recover it. If you haven't spent your drink up me hearties, because I believe you all have one.
Yeah, I'm keeping that for a
Keeping
rainy
that,
day.
Same.
Yeah, I'm
Mhm.
keeping it too. I don't think I've had any harm at all.
Same.
Don't say that right now. Don't say that right now.
Yeah, well, famous last words. I
Uh-huh.
mean,
I'm literally bulletproof this campaign. I don't know what's going on.
Is there anything anyone wanted to do in those 12 days as you are sailing?
Yes.
To Granada.
Yeah.
Isaac, what would you like to do?
I need to go see Corinne.
Oh.
Let's say 2 days after you set sail from Cuba. You go and find Corinne. The weather's calm. Breeze is favorable.
I'll knock on her door.
Come in. And you see on the table she has like the books. Like she has her the book she stole from Steele's villa kind of laid out on the table. It's less scary.
Are you busy?
Well, usually people don't come here for any reason, so I can take a break. What is it, Isaac?
I promised you some time ago that I would say hello or something to something invisible. Something. Spend time with something. It's kind of hazy.
Yes, well, I recall I've wanted to discuss you're also touched by the other world, so to speak, and I wanted to talk to you about that.
Whether I like it or not, sometimes, yes.
That seems to be the way of things. It has more of a hold on you than you have of it most of the time.
It's come in handy a time or two. I can't deny it. What specifically did you have in mind?
What is the nature of this connection? Is it the ship, or is it something else? Or is it something similar to what I have, a little deal? Pledge.
It's none the wiser, actually. It actually has to do with the stars, constellations.
Oh.
They grant me gifts, I suppose.
And do they want in return, Isaac?
Not that I'm aware of. I haven't paid a price yet.
Ah. Well, I suppose that's a very good deal, but be wary that sooner or later, costs will come.
I figured that if I just keep outrunning whatever's behind me, I'll be okay.
Oh, life on the run. Not stopping.
You live fast. Hopefully you die moderately softly.
Soul intact, of course. That's the important thing.
I mean, what even is a soul? And Josie doesn't even have one, apparently, and she's fine.
She may be fine, but you have something. Souls are very important, Isaac. That's why.
For what?
To remain who you are, next world, Isaac.
So you're saying there is another one?
Oh, yes. Yes, there is.
Is it like this one?
It depends.
On what?
If you keep that soul, certain things want it. And when they ask for it, you make sure you know what you're dealing with.
Will they give me things in return for my soul?
Yes.
Would they
Powerful
give,
things.
like a bottle of rum that never goes empty?
I wouldn't settle for something as trivial as unending rum, Isaac. You have to aim higher. Your soul is very valuable, especially one that's touched by the stars.
I could literally, live in the rum, though. Perhaps you're right.
If I get the feeling that you are not taking this with the amount of seriousness that it requires.
Well, the thing is that it's not something that I can see, touch, hear, smell, drink. So it seems a little far-fetched. I've never seen a soul. I've never been given
Isaac.
one.
Do
or
you
taken
know
one.
then I will show you, since we seem to be barreling into the other world, and you are touched by enough to be a danger to yourself, I will show you.
Barreling into the other world
The map.
is going to lead us.
If I think what I think is there, Ignatius Steele did not merely hide treasure. It's probably not treasure at all, Isaac, worth money. It's power. Items of power. Things
But
that will help.
power could get us money.
Yes, power can get you money. But an example will probably be faster. Since we have a lot of work, both of us. She will take off that necklace that she has.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see the shape around her. Did you think I talked alone? Some mad woman, Isaac. And she'll kind of hold the shape a little bit.
I mean, I talk to myself. I talk to the ship. I imagine I talked to the pig Wendy back in Havana, wherever I passed out last time.
No, it's okay.
It just matters
can
what's
know.
listening.
You don't have to. Oh, what was that?
So, but you do have something that listens.
Oh, this is my beloved.
That necklace.
The shape.
Hmm.
You see it, right? You can see it now.
Yes.
Do you see it now? Yes. This is my beloved. I have pledged my soul to him.
You literally just said I should not do that.
If you know the quality of your deal, I did.
So what did you get for your soul?
Power, Isaac. The stuff I do.
Card readings?
Not nearly card readings.
Seeing that my vices.
I can control dark powers. Creatures from the other side. Be a vessel for them. Can rip a man's soul from its body. Isaac.
All of this sounds like the thing that you told me not to do.
I'm just saying, make sure you know the price before you say yes.
Think big.
Or beware. Because sometimes, as good as they are, they have the prices. And she will turn around and kind of, her long hair is always kind of like over her neck, and she'll pull it back, and you just see like a maw of teeth. There are some things that there are some things that, while they're worth the price, there are times where you regret what it is.
Does that thing eat?
Yes. You should ask that poor man at the church about that, but if he wasn't dead. But yes.
You murdered a man at the church and ate him.
His hand, my beloved was hungered. Isaac.
When you eat someone, do you get something for it?
It depends on what he wishes to share.
So the thing on the back of your neck that's not yours, it's his?
Yes, it's a mark of that I belong to him.
Mm. So, what happens if you touch it?
I get close and it just kind of like snaps a little bit. If I let it, he will give me powers I am not usually taken with for a price. Blood, my blood, or someone else's.
I imagine that thing makes it pretty hard to get a date.
Why would I need a date? Why would I need anyone else? Except for him.
Well, I suppose if you believe in the philosophy of monogamy and that is your one forever, I guess you would not.
It's not a matter of my belief, Isaac. It's a matter of jealousy.
Your jealousy or it?
Oh. When I danced with you, Isaac, I was quite angry.
But it was just a dance. Look, Mr. Necklace Neck Teeth thing. Meant nothing by it. Purely a ploy.
But I did appreciate it.
No, it was fun. I got to show off my sweet dancing skills.
She'll smile. Sure, that's all it was. One thing before. Oh, I should give you this. She has in one of her locked chests. She opens it, pulls out an old book, and hands it to Isaac. This should help you stay maybe one step ahead of whatever's chasing you. I've had it for a long time. I stole it long time ago.
What's in it?
Information on the stars, Isaac.
I can't say I'm one for books, but I'll take your word for it. I'll give it a go.
It's important, Isaac, that you keep. Ignorance is not bliss in this case. Ignorance can cost you.
So, I think you're right that the end of this treasure isn't treasure, that it's like a metaphorical treasure.
Yes.
The captain believes so as well. In a weird way. Can your friend tell you what's at the end? Does he have any insight to what's there?
Yes.
If we feed him Steve, will he be able to tell us what is at the end of it?
Oh, as delicious as Steve would be. No. But I know what I need from it.
The treasure, or...
And I will say one thing to you, Isaac. If I claim something, it is mine.
Wouldn't dream of messing with your neck mouth.
When I say it's mine, I may have misspoke. It's his. And he is far less merciless than I would ever be. Merciful, yes.
So you're at the end of this, you're looking for something that only he wants, not you.
Oh, I want it.
Huh.
I
So
want
it's-
anything in the world. But it's important to him. And I'm giving you that warning. If you step between me and that thing, it won't just be me. It will be my beloved.
Does your beloved control you? Do you act of your own volition?
She pauses for a little bit. Like, I love him, and I would do anything that he asked. His goals align with mine, so I have not yet had a time where my wants conflicted with his. Not in years.
Just out of curiosity, this thing at the end of this, what will he do with it?
She will grab your hand.
Mm-hmm.
If you say anything to anyone, this is our pact, Isaac. This is between us who see beyond, understand. She kind of digs her fingers.
Yeah, would you like me to seal it in blood? Is that what?
Yes.
Hmm. I'll pull out my rusty dagger.
Oh,
I
yes.
think
That's
this
fine.
will work.
That's adequate.
I'll get a tetanus shot in a few hundred years. It'll be fine.
And she'll do the same. We want my beloved to be free. And if he is free, he will deliver a boon to this ship and whoever helps him.
But beyond, I love boons. Don't get me wrong. Boons are great. But what will your beloved, do once he gives us this boon? Is he free to do whatever he wants? Is he going to drink with me?
Absolutely be free. And you will all be under his protection. And you'll have the ability to have all the realm you want.
What about everyone else? I assume there's innocent people somewhere. Will they be fine as well under his protection?
Yes. They will be subjects of my beloved. And they will be safe. Unless... Why wouldn't they, Isaac?
Subjects. What does that mean? So is he going to lord over us? Do I have to do what he says?
You'll get real close. Yes, Isaac.
See, that sucks. I really like doing whatever I want, whenever I want it. Like, free will is super cool. Does that make sense? Do you think that other people would like to do whatever they want to do?
Why would they? Given power, protection. I can't see why, Isaac. Why? Why would you want to serve?
Well, you see, I used to serve in the British Navy, but I didn't like all of the restrictions that came with that. So I kind of left, got thrown on plantation, etc. And now I'm here. I'm a pirate.
Well,
And we basically do whatever we want. What I do within some limits.
well, I suppose we can make some exceptions for you, Isaac. You are directly helping, so I imagine. How about that? You get to do whatever you want, and you stay quiet.
I mean, I told you that I would, but what about everyone else? What about all the people of Havana? What will happen to them? Are they going to serve under your beloved?
She'll reach behind. She'll take the hand that was cut and grasp, and just put it behind her neck. You see, like, her wince a little bit. What about everyone else, Isaac?
I mean, I'm sure there's good people there doing things who wish to be just as free as I am. Or would be.
What about everyone else? But we have a pact now, so I'd appreciate it if you kept that quiet.
I won't say anything about our little chat, but I just... Following something lording over you just doesn't sound that fun.
Don't you see all the fun I have, Isaac? I don't have to follow anyone else either. Do you think I could walk around freely on this ship, any port that we go to, without the power that I have? I am freer than I ever was back home, Isaac.
In a way, I suppose that's true. But that's just for you. It doesn't mean that you get to decide everybody else's fates.
they decide our fates anyways, Isaac. One question.
Yes.
What are your feelings on your friend, Fitzjeffrey?
Oh, whew. Thought it was going to be somebody I actually cared about. No, go ahead.
Ah, yes. He has put himself in the way between me and the people I love, my family, and I didn't want any hard feelings if things happened to him.
No, he is kind of uptight, and he's the one who really works well within the rules and boundaries. Look, if your beloved wants a cool person, he's the one that you want ordering people around.
Oh, it's
Very
not
good at it.
My beloved doesn't care about him. I do. And I have some reading left to do. Remember
Can I
our
have-
deal.
Can I have everyone roll me
Uh-oh.
plus
Uh-oh.
Spitfire?
Uh-oh.
Uh-huh.
Uh-oh.
Spitfire, you mean the thing that I have negative
wait,
1
damn
in?
it. Wait,
Yeah,
wait.
same.
I need
Oh,
to add,
no.
I need to add one more plus.
Can I
have
use?
fuck
Can I
all.
use? Can you remind me
You
how
can-
luck works? Because I have some luck.
If you have luck, you may spend it. It's +1.
Okay.
And if
so-
I have a -1 to Spitfire, does this just mean like I just roll the 2d2 and nothing
All right, that
happens?
was 13 total.
Yes, so that Shauna hits a 13. The
I have a
captain,
6.
8.
Hit Nate.
There's a 6 for Nathaniel. Josephine and Nathaniel. All of you feel the vessel shake. Nathaniel, you would almost think you ran aground on a reef, but you know the course that you have plotted, and you know there's no reefs in this water. You are still, you haven't made the turn south yet. You are out in open water of the Atlantic. There should be nothing here. And those of you who failed are going to fall on the ground.
You mean off the ship or?
No, just
Oh, no.
Okay,
to
okay.
the deck. Or if you're
All right.
below decks, on the deck, right?
Mm-hmm.
You would see a number of other crewmen lose their balance as the vessel jerks hard. It looks almost like that image, for those of you who've seen the movie Titanic, when the whole vessel plows into the iceberg and it just shockwaves through the ship. You feel it. Those of you who failed fall to the deck. Nathaniel, are you still brooding on deck? It's been about 6 days.
Well,
It's
no,
about 6
he-
days. It's halfway.
His brooding would have like slowly abated over the days, but he's still thinking about like going through plans in his mind of how to deal with Ignatius Steele. He's been a little distant with Josie. And yeah.
So, where would we find
Nathaniel would be on the upper deck.
So Nathaniel hits the upper deck. Josie, where are you?
Josie would have been somewhere where she could be by herself below decks, with her pocket brick, which she has drawn a mustache and beard on that look like Ignatius Steele, and going, no. No. Just practicing saying no, too.
Probably somewhere near the ship's stores.
Yeah, probably like just with a bunch of potatoes and stuff. She's got them like arrayed like a little audience.
There she's practicing saying no. And as you
Yes.
do, you feel the ship shudder as you fall forward and your potatoes that are your little audience kind of clatter to the deck around you. And that's where we're going to take our break for the afternoon.
Oh.
Kraken. All right, everyone.
Now I really need rum.
Get
Have enough rum.
stretch out, get something to drink. Shit's about to go down. We will be back in about 5 minutes. Stick around, everyone. we're back. With a Kraken, possibly.
So we have Josephine falling to the ground with her potato audience as the ship hits something hard. Corinne and Isaac, you both in your conversation in Corinne's quarters, feel the ship shudder and shake. You know immediately, Isaac, that it hit something and underneath the water. Captain, you also felt it. You all have. But Isaac wanted to say something.
Corinne, as much as I've enjoyed talking to you, I must go up.
Whatever that was, I haven't been. I'll go as well.
On deck, Nathaniel, you've fallen. Roll me a d2.
One.
You fell backwards on your ass. From away from the rail, as you kind of shake your head for a second, you see a hand reach down. You look up, and it is a very, you know this to be, let's see, Kinani, tall, very tall, almost 6.5 feet tall, very muscular, young, very dark black man with short dreadlocks kind of pulled back up in a high tail, with a heavily, one arm, his left arm heavily tattooed. He kind of reaches down an arm to pull you up. You know he's usually one of the gunners, but he he's reaching down to give you a hand up, but his eyes are not on you. They are behind you. And he's not a gentleman who would usually be, shall we say, intimidated? But whatever he sees is definitely giving, he's definitely seeing some, you see fear in his eyes.
I will turn around to look in the direction he's looking.
You see emerging along the prow, just kind of scuttling up over the prow of the ship, going across, one large tentacle fully going across. Then you feel another shake in the ship.
This beast is going to rip us apart. Men! To your stations!
Oh yeah, absolutely. As soon as, if the captain has anything to say, but it's like, something's coming. Guns and cannons.
The DM has abandoned the game. We
Yeah, I
won!
think she's left us to die.
No. I had to close the door. You see men run as shouts from both the captain and Nathaniel running to the guns below decks. Kanani kind of almost violently lifts you up, Nathaniel, and leaves you and runs below. He leads the gunners, and where he needs to be is below decks with your complement of 50 guns, which are only 25 to a side.
Nope. This is gonna take a little bit of strategy. I'm not worried at all.
I would also say this is where we get into ship combat, because this is not a small creature. Nathaniel, you're looking at this long rope of tentacle crawling across your deck. It is easily 4 or 5 feet in diameter. As it snakes its way across the deck. So yes, we have ship combat rules. Each of you have rank with the ship. Each of you can spend rank with the ship to do an action.
Oh god,
Such as
I think
firing the guns.
I think I have none.
I think I also have none.
No, you all have one.
Okay, one.
You all
Okay.
at least have one.
All right.
Okay.
You
Yeah, I
all
was
have at
gonna
least
say.
one. No, Nathaniel, you have. Hold on.
I think Isaac was the only one that had more
Yeah.
rank with the ship than. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I-
You, the only person who has more. Everyone has one rank with the ship except Isaac, who has 3? 2.
Two,
Just-
right?
Just 2 on my calculations.
2. Yeah, 2. So, you each have. There are ship moves. Manning the cannons gives you. Each one of you can use your rank with the ship to attack the creature that you see. On a hit, 7 to 9, your shot lands, you deal your weapons harm at a cost. On a 10 plus, to ignore the consequences or hit a special spot, your choice. You can also steer the ship to attempt to maneuver. Right now, that might be a little bit difficult because the tentacle is holding you in place. So you're not moving. You can also say what else you want to do, and I will figure out how it works. Because we're, full disclosure, y'all, on the other side, we are using the Ashcan rules for Rapscallion from Magpie Games, so they're not 100% there, so we're going to tweak it as we go. All right? So, Isaac is running up on deck. Corinne is following. The captain is emerging from her quarters to see what the hell is going on and ordering battle stations. Beating to quarters is what we would call it. Your crew are running to cannons. Josephine, what are you doing?
I think Josephine would, feeling an impact like this, would assume, A, we've hit ground, we've crashed into an island. She knew it happened one day, or we're being attacked. But she's gonna think more than likely, because we are out deep at sea, it's attack. So she's gonna go to the cannons, I think.
Okay. So you're still below deck, so that's relatively easy for you to do.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have
Because
to
if
go
there's no
up
one by the
at least.
cannons and no commotions, then she knows we ran aground and can do something else. But instincts to go to cannons.
As you come up, you hear Kanani shouting loudly to crews to move cannons, start aiming, pulling back, loading shot. Captain, what are you doing?
I think I'm actually gonna head for the shoot. I just pulled it down. The stern castle deck and like get over to where to steer the ship, just in case we can kind of steer away from this thing. I'm just getting myself set.
Okay, so you're going up to the forecastle too.
Yeah, I'm gonna get ready for the to
Okay.
eventually steer the ship, but I am also considering shooting this tentacle, but I don't know if I'm gonna do it or not yet.
Mhm.
Seems like a risky maneuver, but I think at this point I'm just sort of surveying and giving orders and preparing for the possibility that we could turn the ship and either get away from this thing or shoot it.
Give it a better broadside. As you're looking around, you would notice emerging out of the water that there are more of these tentacles. and slowly emerging from behind the stern of the ship. It kind of looks like all of the tentacles have reached forward and are attached across the ship and are pulling the ship, well, holding it in place right now. It's not moving. But what's sitting behind is a large creature, slow, like just the crest of a dome of a creature emerging. Not a leviathan, because leviathans are snakes, and this has tentacles.
And I would be able to talk to it, and we could maybe reason with a leviathan. You can't reason with a kraken. So I think I'm going to defer to the rest of the crew to see what they're going to do, but I think we need to either find a way to charge forward and turn so we can shoot, or just start turning before this thing gives us a bad hug.
Nathaniel, you're on deck at the moment. You are the one looking at this tentacle crawling across the ship. What would you like to do?
Is the tentacle only holding the prow of the ship?
As you see right now, the one that you see is going all the way across the prow, and then if you move closer, you might see that there are more kind of like beginning to,
wrap themselves around
the ship. Yeah, wrapping themselves across the prow of the ship.
Fuck. How thick is the tentacle?
5 feet in
2
diameter.
C's.
2 C's?
It's thick with 2 C's.
Oh, okay. Sorry, for some reason I had syringe.
2
calculations.
cc's.
Yeah, 2 cc's. I was like, what?
No. This is about 5 feet in diameter.
Oh, it's big enough. Alright, I will attempt a thing that... Jesus. I will attempt a thing, then, that is not in one of the moves for the ship.
Okay, what is that?
I will direct some of the men to take up boarding axes. And to hack a hole in the tentacle. Try to hit it in the same spot. And then I will ask Inquane? Quinane?
Quinane.
Quinane.
Qiani.
I will ask
Quinani?
Quinani to go down in the powder reserve and grab a
He's
barrel.
already gone. He's already gone.
Ah, shit.
He went. You told him to man the cannons.
Yeah, send Steve. Send Steve to get the powder.
I'll hook Steve. He will go grab a barrel of gunpowder in the powder reserve.
So Steve is going off. I would say roll plus rank for with the ship. And roll plus rank, and we'll just roll it like man the cannon. So you're making an attack on this creature.
Okay.
So.
8.
So you hit, but you hit with a consequence. In this case, what I would say is it's taking a while. It's thick, it's rubbery, it's a deep sea living creature, but you see that the men have gathered boarding axes and are hacking away at it, just as if you were hacking away Gatling lines or anchor lines, right? They're treating it like that.
Mm-hmm.
So your people are responding to you. It's going slow. You've dealt 1 harm to this creature.
My goal
Right.
was to have a hole in it so that I could lodge a barrel of gunpowder.
Yes, a small.
Yeah, not
head
like
of
a
Like a hogshead.
hogshead
Yeah.
of gunpowder.
Okay, so that is your goal. That is what you're working towards. Captain, you're working towards steering the ship.
I'm working towards steering the ship, and I'm thinking about putting in a command for the rest of the crew to kind of get them settled, so that way, like, when the time comes and we can turn this thing so we can just blow a hole into this Kraken behind us with, the full power of the 25 guns on a side.
Roll me command.
All right.
Let's see if that will help your crew at all.
The question is, who am I rolling the bond from? Am I just taking the bond from the ship?
Yes, I would say use the bond from the ship.
Okay.
You're rolling. You're going to use. What you're going to do here is most of these things are going to be bond or rank with the ship. You don't lose it, so it's not like you're sacrificing it. You can make multiple actions, so it's not quite the same. It's just the number of rank with the ship is the amount that you can add to the roll.
Okay. I do have some luck to spend. So I think I will drop in a couple points of, just 2 points of luck with this. Because I really want to get this, working.
So you're rolling +3?
And an 11!
Ooh, an 11!
11! All right.
All right. So what is your command gives everyone a +1, correct?
It gives everybody, they can spend so much bond with me and add it to their roll even after rolling.
Mm-hmm.
I got an 11, so I get to choose 2. So I think I'm gonna say that they can all have that extra bond that they can spend, and then I'm gonna take the one that's the temporary rank with all lackeys and nearby enemies, because I kind of want that temporary rank with the Kraken.
That you can spend with it. Yes. Okay. So you have. I will say that you can roll plus. You have rank with the Kraken and you have rank with lackeys. There are definitely people around. Corinne, what are you doing?
Ooh.
You all have feeling the tightening grip now, and you feel almost as if you're moving backwards.
I've heard the captain issue that order.
Yes,
to,
everyone
try
has rank now with the.
Yeah,
enemies.
It's down.
Okay, I think going to beckon beloved to create a wind that will help push the ship in that direction that the captain wants.
Okay, move whichever. Trying to get out of the grip.
Mm-hmm. Or at least position it, help it position, because it seems like we might have to rely more than natural wind. So would that be a twist fate? Move?
Not really, because twist fate is what you want. Is when you fail a roll, you want to change what will happen.
Oh yeah. It's on the basic moves thing.
Yeah, on it.
I'm looking on the second page of the
Yeah, no, I'm looking at it. I'm just saying.
Okay. Ooh.
I would say that.
Actually, I have a better
I would
idea.
say that you might just want to try and roll with your
Spitfire?
Yeah.
Okay. I will do that. Ten.
Okay. So on a 10, I will say that you start to feel the winds shifting. You feel the darkness moving. You feel like as if the ship could shift and are at a more advantageous position. I will say +1 to any steering rolls, going forward. Okay?
Yep. I think everyone just hears over the thing. Just anyone that's near just hears her just yell out in a language that no one else can really comprehend. Other than maybe Isaac, maybe. She's urging her beloved to use the wind to push the ship. And she's basically, she's begging it at this moment.
Mm-hmm. Josephine, what are you doing?
Cannoning. And if I see any tentacles poking through any of the holes, they get a pocket brick.
You don't see any tentacles poking through the holes, but you do see a couple tentacles starting to wrap around, so as if they could close in So you would see the side of the tentacle right next to the gun port.
Well, that works for the cannon better then. That means you can't miss, really. So,
Yeah, you can't really miss, although you might misfire.
it's a possibility. So, here we go. Just a rank with ship, which is +1.
+1. Yeah, so it's a +1.
Bam!
You are firing these cannons. The cannons begin to fire. You see, you and Kanani are leading
Good at
gun
like
crews.
moving them and putting the cannonballs in.
The cannons are firing into the tentacle, and just like an entire rank or broadside against the tentacles that are there, and the cannons start sliding back as they do, because that's the way a cannon functions. You see blood and ooze starting to come from these holes, but you also see the tentacle almost start to grip tighter, and you feel
Dead.
you see one of the gun ports close out, like kind of just crumple because of the
Mhm. Yeah.
way that the tentacle is putting
Well,
pressure.
24 more. We're good.
Exactly. You have dealt 2 harm, so you're now at 3 wreck to this kraken. Isaac,
Do
what
we
you
need
doing?
wrecking damage?
Yeah, you're already down
sorry.
You're already down. You have. By the way, everyone, your ship is at 1 wreck because of just hitting the kraken's first attack.
Do we have a lifeboat?
I
Yes.
would imagine that would be a thing, but I don't imagine that anyone would have told Isaac where it was.
No, he would know where it was. The problem is you would have to drop the longboat, and that's not a one-man job.
It also might eat the longboat.
There's a lot of cracking between
If
us and the water too.
If I think what you're thinking, Isaac,
I'm a little concerned.
I mean, it could work.
I'm gonna
You-
start loading things into the longboat.
What particular things are you loading into the longboat, Isaac?
Like explosive things, powder. If we have any alcohol that's flammable.
Oh, there's great alcohol down there for this very occasion.
Roll me rank with the ship. Plus rank with the ship. You manage, a couple of the crew definitely see who you're doing, and kind of you get that, oh, this is what you're doing. So particularly when you send people, a couple people have started going to get gunpowder, and the gunners are like, why are you taking this? Oh, because of this. So they start helping you with this.
Mm-hmm.
It will take you've managed to start loading the longboat full of explosive material,
Yeah, I'm sure this
In
is gonna
this
take
round.
a couple rounds. Yeah.
because you still have to load it and then lower it,
Mm-hmm. And then get over there.
and hopefully not have the ship there when you. Simon, you feel and see the tentacle that you have been chopping into crush downward on the ship, and you feel the ship move backward. The ship is now at 2 wreck.
Did Steve come back with the powder?
Yes, Steve has come back. He's got a hogshead of powder, and he just kind of looks at you and goes, I'm not usually supposed to do this, but this makes sense, and I think this is weird, so can you get rid of the creepy thing?
Tentacles are my specialty, kid. And
I didn't think you did that.
I sail the Oriental Seas for a few months. I will bring... I'm pretty sure Nathaniel has like a poster of the fisherman's wife. So he's going to bring the gunpowder barrel plug it in the hole of the tentacle.
You wouldn't have one yet. Sorry, it doesn't
Oh.
exist.
Oh, okay.
You're 200 years, you're 150 years too early.
Nah.
You'd probably have the same thing.
Grumble, grumble. Tentacle porn joke. Yeah, so I'll plug the hole with the hogshead.
Yep.
And, run like half the ship's length. Draw my pistol out and fire at the explosive barrel.
You're going to fire at the barrel.
Yeah, to make it explode.
Cool.
While it's
Roll me a
inside the
strike.
tentacle.
Roll me a strike.
Would this be an opportunity for your extra bond for my commands to come into handy?
Because it's plus blood. Or a shot. Roll me a shot is the actual term.
I will, you know what? Oh man, there's so many things. Yeah, I will use the +1 from the command.
You don't have that move yet. Sorry. Otherwise, it would have been great to use that move.
12.
You fire. As you do, we have this close-up moment of just like seeing the flash from the pan, following the lead shot bullet going directly across, hitting the hog's head in the tentacle. You have that wait a second, and then a concussive force and explosion. Less flame and much more calamari. Exploding out, and you hear a loud, everyone hears this almost nails on a chalkboard screech that's so high pitched it almost burns in your ears. But you see the tentacle just kind of start to separate. So, Captain, what you doing?
How much harm is this Kraken at anyway? At this point,
You've done 2 more harm to it.
there's so much left to do to kill this Kraken.
It's a really let's put it this way. Your ship has 4 wreck before it starts to sink. This Kraken is probably about the same size of Man of War. It has like 10 wreck.
So we're at like 5 right now. All right.
Yeah, about that.
I think it's time to start the steering to angle the ship.
Mhm.
I mean, if the grip has loosened from Nathaniel's bold move, then I think I gotta roll. And I have advantage, don't I? Still to use.
You do have an advantage. The captain and Corinne both have an advantage to use.
All right.
I'm
so I'm
And
gonna
you get
roll-
+1. You get +1 going forward because of Corinne's use of her special
Yes.
special friend.
So I have to roll +1 for the ship, and then the roll plus that, so it's an additional 2. I still have 2 luck, but All right, I think I'm gonna just not use my luck yet. Just roll the advantage this time.
And +2, yeah.
So 9. It looks like 9.
5.
Or no,
and 3 is
sorry, 10. I can. You know what? Math is dumb.
8. Math is-
Numbers. What even are those? Like, I'm a musician by training. I can count to 4. 8 on a good day, and apparently this isn't one. So math
I
is
mean,
bad.
sometimes we can get to 16.
Fools just do 4s multiple times. All right, so I got a
So-
10.
You got a 10. You feel the ship start to turn and not drift, start to turn. Ooh. You are moving, and you feel the grip loosen. You feel the ship as you turn hard on the wheel. The sails begin to billow, and it's odd. You knew the wind wasn't coming from there 30 seconds ago, but the minute you start needing to turn the ship to give it a good broadside, the wind pivots exactly to give you just the right amount of fill in your sails.
I'll like make a mental note to offer something to Corinne, because I assume that this is something on her behalf. Just thank whatever her. It's like I'll just thank Corinne's weird beloved thing later.
Corinne,
And I'm gonna get ready for the moment when we can fire the cannons.
Corinne, what you doing?
Ooh. How's the ship is not looking great, right?
No. The ship seems to be taking on water.
And we need this broadside and whatever Isaac's doing with the longboat to happen. And
Yep.
we need time.
You do.
And I think everyone just sees. Put this in chat. That what I'm doing. She's gonna invoke her ninth circle ability.
Yes.
And you just see her look concerned, look at everyone else, breathe in. She reaches behind her neck. And if it wasn't like as loud, you could probably definitely hear a crunch. And she like just lets out this shrill scream. And she begins to transform into something. Like the shadows get like kind of converge around her.
Oh yeah. You just have to
Yeah.
roll that.
I will. This is dangerous. I'm gonna use that advantage.
Yep.
And that +1.
Mhm.
And can I spend luck on it as well, or is that just like a one time? All right, I'm gonna spend a luck on that.
So it's +1.
Yeah, it's all right. So it's 3. Oh, okay, that's 13.
13. You see, everyone sees this change start to emerge. The darkness kind of starts to suck and swirl around Corinne on the deck. The shadows themselves are moving towards her, where the candle flickers and you should see a shadow against a wall. That shadow is gone and now is joined this circle of mist and darkness surrounding Corinne. You feel your beloved take all of this wonderful health, and you drop to one
Yeah.
harm. You drop to only,
Yep.
you're within one harm.
Yep.
And you feel him manifest because he needs this sacrifice to even enter this far into your world. And you feel your beloveds come through and start to hold the ship together, starts to hold things in place, gives that one little extra time. You feel the water start to almost push itself back out of the walls as you push out this darkness and circling it around, well, the lower ranks of the ship. Some people are mildly disconcerted. There are a couple of the gunners who pause and, make the sign of the cross around themselves.
That's not helping us. That's not helping us, guys.
I mean, at this point, it's not harming. But, it's the opposite side. You would see the water in the ship. I will say that now you have healed the ship. Well, not healed, but you've prevented the ship from one wreck. So
That sounds good. I imagine
are
that's
not-
just this happens almost immediately as the captain had that thought. Just like
Yep.
this horrific thought, this horrific sight.
I gotta remember to thank that beloved, and then
Oh!
the Kraken screech again. What the hell was that?
Josephine, what you doing?
There's spooky dark magic stuff down here.
You don't see it, but you see a lot of shadows going away, and you heard a really creepy scream.
Oh no. Well, in that case, then, if the cannons are one harm and the crew's got that, one wreck rather. I'm one wreck. I'm a one wreck weapon. So pocket break comes out, and we're gonna start just hitting tentacles out the porthole. Because
So you have this image
I have Herculean. My weapons and fists are one wreck.
Ooh.
I'm
Yep.
real good at breaking stuff and killing things. Because
Flesh
I'm
is
much.
real strong and real big.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Not real. It's just pocket sized for people's convenience.
And did I hear we had a +1 from the captain to use? or
Yes, there was a
Yeah, you got
command
plus
that
one.
you used.
I'll use that. So 2d6 plus 3. 9.
You
Pocket brick.
bring your brick out and you kind of have to lean out one of the
Yeah.
portholes. And you pocket brick the porthole at the same time the gun is going off.
Mm-hmm.
You're being reloaded. And you hit it and you hear it crack and crunch and fold in on itself with just the force of your strike. You're pretty sure
Pocket brick.
your pocket brick. You're pretty sure that pocket brick definitely, broke at least one of these tentacles off. You see it start to float away. But you are now leaning very precariously.
Yes,
Out
and I'm
of-
yelling to the pocket brick, "It's your turn to kill someone!" Because it's got the little illumination
It's-
face on it.
It's got
So.
She's venting her existential crisis in a crisis, and I love this.
Yes.
You're now leaning but you are leaning very precariously out
That's-
of this porthole.
Was worth
Of
it.
this gun port.
Yes.
You see 2, 3, 4.
How many does it have? One less.
Okay.
Ha.
And you see, as you're leaning out of this porthole, the creature has begun to emerge. And you realize it's not a squid or an octopus, even with all
Oh.
the tentacles that are coming on. It has a shell and a mouth that has begun to open. Well, a beak that has begun to open. A giant nautilid type creature with
Mhm.
multiple smaller tentacles along the beak protecting it, and these 10
Oh god,
large
it's the
grabby
Sarlacc pit
tentacles
put in a shell. I hate it.
with tentacles.
Sarlacc in a half
Yeah,
shell.
the Sarlacc has tentacles.
But would
Yeah,
it taste
but
good
more.
roasted with melted butter?
I don't know, but I'm sure if you deep fried it in some olive oil with breadcrumbs and then, put it with some marinara, it'd be tasty as hell.
I mean, there's probably still bits of tentacle on the ship, so.
Yeah, I'm sure there
But
are.
calamari, the best part's usually the tentacle part. So
Mhm.
Not gonna lie. Yeah, picture calamari, which isn't a squid. It's kind of like a
So
cuttlefish.
what you're saying, Captain, is after this is done, you want to have a
Feast.
tentacle party.
probably not Nathaniel's kind of party, but yeah, sure, why not?
Kraken Fest. There you go.
Yeah.
So you
Kraken.
see this thing emerging. Isaac. Hi.
Hello.
Could you roll me? Because I assume you're still trying to get this longboat set up.
Mm-hmm.
Could you roll me plus Spitfire? You manage to get the vessel loaded in the rig. You are lowering it down, and you discover a problem.
Mm-hmm.
The longboat will have to be manned.
As it's being, like, how far down is it?
It's probably like just starting to go down, so it hasn't even hit the water yet.
Yeah,
You could jump into it.
the lackeys that are helping me, I'll just, like, step on board and say, keep going.
Can I intervene?
Roll me vinegar just to see if you notice. Because you've been distracted blowing up a kraken tentacle.
I'm not very vinegary. 7. That would be a hit.
You notice, and you see what's happening, but you're not sure you can get all the way across in time to stop it.
Isaac! I don't want to stop it.
What do we want to do?
I wave as I
want to rush to the longboat and look at Isaac and say, Isaac! The ship needs you!
maybe.
You're the only one who understands her.
You think that it's a lot more, it's a lot easier than you think. You see, it's mainly just a sextant and maps.
As the
Do any of the rest of us notice?
Well, Josephine is below decks. Corinne is unfortunately being possessed by her demon and is therefore being is worrying about everything else that's going wrong, making sure the ship doesn't sink. Captain, you might notice.
Do you need me to roll
But-
vinegar to notice?
I need you to roll vinegar to notice, but I also need Simon to roll. I need Simon to roll shot or strike.
what for?
Because you're about to be hit in the head by a tentacle.
Okay, but I wanted to ask, does it look
Yep.
like Isaac has anything to set the barrels on fire?
Yes.
Okay, because I was going to like hand him my pistol.
No. He has. He has.
Then right
has a lighter.
before the tentacle hits, I will salute Isaac and say, "Give him hell, sailor."
Actually, good. I'll say, take care of Josie, Nathaniel. She'll need you. And I assume at that point I'm like rowing.
Yeah, you. That's
I'm
the problem
hanging
with the
halfway
longboat. That's the problem with the longboat. Somebody's got to row it.
I got a failure on my strike, by the way.
On your strike. So as you say this, you feel a heavy weight just knock you to the ground. You're going to take 2 harm because usually, and it's not the size. It's not a 5-foot diameter tentacle that's hit you. You realize now that as you've been leaning over and talking, the creature has gotten much closer, and it's one of the smaller mouth tentacles. And by smaller, I mean like 2 or 3 feet in diameter.
By reflex, I just yell out, "Yamete, Yamete."
Okay.
It's funny
Isaac,
because
you're-
everyone who laughed, like, I know what you watch on the internet.
Yeah, some of you are laughing. I'm just making that face of the.
I've seen
I'm
some
not
things.
mad. I'm disappointed, mother. I guess.
Like, I know where you've been.
Yes, we hang out here with you.
I.
Says the person who made, in response to the person who made that joke. Yes. So Nathaniel, you take 2 harm. Isaac, you are rowing diligently towards the vast opening maw of this creature. I need Isaac, as the captain is turning the vessel to try and give it a better broadside and sail it correctly. Isaac, I need you to roll me a strike, and you get +2. So it's blood +2.
And can I use a luck point on that?
Oh,
You can indeed. What would you like, Josie?
Don't forget the bond.
yeah. Do I see him rowing this boat out with these explosives and trying to like light it up and stuff? Out hanging out my porthole with my pocket brick.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That is a hit. You see, Josie, you are leaning out and you see the longboat as Isaac is diligently rowing, enter the gaping maw of this creature.
Okay.
And then you see something else.
Okay.
You see a flash of light. And then you hear a splash. Then all you see as this creature just explodes outward.
All right. Now, I have seen Nathaniel do some very swashbuckling shenanigans,
You have indeed.
and I have been rather inspired and impressed by them.
Mhm.
I think Josie is going to try some swashbuckling shenanigans of her own. There's rope around, right? We're on a pirate ship. There's rope everywhere. I want to do a swing and try to scoop up Isaac before it goes boom. With my heart of gold, when I can support or protect a crewmate, and I want to keep them conscious and alive.
I will say you can do this, but I'm going to up this from you need a 10 plus to do it because you are currently precariously hanging out the gun port.
Yeah, that's fine. All right.
I would say you need more than just a hit to do this, right?
Okay. Well, let's hope it's good. What am I rolling?
I would definitely say this is vinegar. Or no, Spitfire. This is Spitfire.
They're the same. They're both 0. So let's hope this works out well.
You do have 1 plus 1.
Okay. Let me check. Yes, I have bond and rank, right?
No, rank is
bond. Okay.
Rank is bond.
Cool. I spent it. I can't spend my rank with him again to get plus 1. All right. So cool. Yeah. 2d6 plus 1. Fingers crossed. So close.
You reach out and grab one of the lines that you see, and you've seen Nathaniel do this, and you know how it works, and it was very impressive when he did it with you outside to escape from the villa. And you reach and grab this line, and you go to swing, and you're swinging, but you you didn't really know where the line was attached to at the time, so you swing back, and it goes just slightly off direction, and you see the longboat
Your best friend!
go into the maw. Lindy, I need you to roll me a d10.
Sure. 5.
You see this flash and this explosion, and you hear this splash. But you don't see Isaac in the longboat. I do need, however, someone who's steering the ship. Captain, that'd be you at the moment, to make me a steer roll. Steer the vessel.
Steering the
con-
vessel.
Longboat and the Kraken explode.
I only have the one rank with the ship to work with. I think I might burn another luck point on this
Okay.
too. I got a 9.
You did get the hit. So you manage to see what's happening, and with the advantage from Corinne's beloved, you slam the wheel
Wait a second.
and try and
Wait a
shift the
second. I
wheel.
forgot to add Corinne's beloved, right? Because that was ongoing. So it should have been actually 10, right? If I add my
Yeah,
luck, my rank, and then Corinne's thing, so it should actually be a 10.
Well, no, because he's not directing the wind anymore.
Okay, never mind. Well, I tried.
He's actively possessing her. She changed her action, so but it's not bad. It's not bad. All that does is I will give you credit for it. Instead of taking 3 wreck to the ship, you'll only take 2. And as the concussive force and the massive explosion of a nautilid, which is giant cuttlefish in a shell, starts to rain on the ship. You take 2 wreck to the ship, so you are just dead in the water, not sinking. At the moment. It would have been, the difference is if you were, I'll give you the 10 and say that you're not sinking, you're just dead in the water. But Isaac is nowhere in sight.
Things are going so well
you
for
are-
us.
Currently dead in the water. Nathaniel, you're the only person, currently. I need everyone who's not Isaac to roll me plus blood.
Oh, okay.
Everyone who's not Isaac.
Am I still a monster?
You
Always,
are-
Corinne.
I mean, yes. In metaphor, yes. Just not.
I
whatever.
wasn't gonna judge.
No. She is normally just action.
8, 9. Captain is 7. Okay. All of you hit, and we just need Corinne to roll.
Okay, that's blood.
Yes,
I'll
plus
spend
blood.
a luck. Sure, why not?
I mean,
Actually, I'm unconscious. If anything, because I've one.
yes, you are. You're still alive, but you are.
Yeah.
The demon has taken control. I will say it doesn't matter for this purposes. I was just having you
Mhm.
do it so I could determine whether or not you stayed upright under the
I'm-
rain of
Nope.
giant amounts of calamari and shell. Everyone stays upright except Corinne, who you
I'm on a
feel you're on a rope, but you're holding the rope, and you're like,
Yes.
this is actually cool.
Yeah.
You
Let's
have
scoot
the-
down. Look under the water. If the rope reaches that far.
The line wouldn't reach that far.
Okay.
If you
Then I'm
wanted
just
to
holding
sneak-
onto the rope because I don't know what to do from here. I didn't watch Nathaniel that far.
I mean, you can scooch down to the deck, but you can't hit the water line from this line.
That's fine. I think she'll just hang there for a minute.
You can hang there.
Looking at where Isaac was.
Corinne is at 1 harm, unconscious on the deck as you see like the shadows begin to dissipate and slowly mother. Nathaniel, Captain, Josephine. None of you take harm because you all managed to stay upright beyond the previous harm that you took, if you did. Isaac is nowhere to be seen. Captain, you look out, and the only thing you see off the stern of the ship is the slowly bobbing remains of this creature as it slowly starts, the shell is slowly taking on water and sinking, but it's taking a while. And far in the distance, you see a flag and sail behind you.
I think Captain's gonna do something impulsive and jump off the ship after Isaac. I can breathe underwater, so I'm just gonna go
I need a longer rope. They're all going in.
swim after him. I'm not gonna say anything to anybody. I'm just gonna toss aside heavy things that I don't want to get lost in the ocean. I'm just gonna go dive.
Captain, what should we... Well, fuck.
I'm gonna like pop my head up and just be like, "It'll only be a minute. Everyone, see what you can do for the ship.
But why?
Look in the distance. There's something's coming." And I'm gonna go back to.
Where's the captain? No.
Eddie!
So, Eddie, you shout to Eddie. Eddie shouts down, and you would hear this just before you dive back down under the water, Captain. We've got a baguette on the stern.
Hey, that's our new ship.
I'm not even processing this right now. I just want to know what happened to Isaac. So I'm just gonna go looking for him, and then if he's dead, the sea take him to Jones's locker. He goes. If he's alive, I'm gonna drag his ass back to the ship.
Cool. Can you roll me plus vinegar?
Hmm.
And a longer rope.
You know, I just realized I got that rank with that Kraken and I never used it. Ugh. So mad at myself. I mean, I got a 12, so like that's fine, but I'm still mad at myself that I didn't use that Kraken.
You swim down under the water, and it's filled with blood and gunk. Chum is in the water. Shell. Exploded pieces of wood, you see a little bit, but not a lot. You see nothing of Nathaniel. Sorry, not Nathaniel. Nathaniel's on the ship. You see nothing of Isaac. But you take a second. You're looking around. You're diving deep under the water. You hear something. Soft, lilting.
Mermaid voice or Leviathan voice?
Mermaids.
Shit. I don't want to. I'm going to try to avoid the mermaids because I don't want to deal with it, but something tells me that's where Isaac's going to be.
You see a number of them circling something.
Dang manatees. All right, I'm gonna go see what they're looking at.
You get close, and a couple of them kind of swim in front of you as if to block you from getting any closer.
I'm gonna fucking punch him and get through then. I'm Aquaman in this shit. I need to know. Get out of my way, mermaids.
You're gonna punch the mermaid.
Listen, it's like you're hot, your
Give
clamshell
me a
bras are
longer
great,
rope.
but fuck off.
Give me a longer rope and I'll introduce the mermaids to Pocket Brick.
You punch.
Knock them on the water.
I'm gonna punch these mermaids. I want it.
You go to punch in the water, which is not always a great idea because it slows down. You make contact with one of the mermaids. They are not happy with this and kind of go to punch you back. You will take one harm as they, kind of flick you off, and then they realize kind of what you are, but they're still not sure. And if you get this close to Gage and fighting, you would see a small, clamshell bubble around Isaac. He's kind of laying in it.
I'm just gonna. I don't know if I don't have any way of speaking to them, but I'm gonna gesture at Isaac and point him up. Like, just give me, boy, put him back. Like this one, mine.
The shell slowly starts to rise from the water as the shell and the mermaids start to rise. Captain, you rise as just as you break the surface of the water, a lanky Frenchman is leaning over the side of his ship and just merely says, "Do you need hands with that?"
I just might. I just might.
And on that's where we're going to end it for today. With an unconscious Isaac, a strongly rescued by a wonderful Frenchman. Oh, no, wait, there is one more thing. Nathaniel,
Fuck. Yep.
can you roll me plus blood, please?
Do I get hit with another tentacle?
No.
No, that's a 12.
Cool. You feel that heavy gold chain collar thing that you stole from Ignatius Steele
Mhm.
slowly start to heat against your skin.
The fuck?
It's burning, but you know that you have time to take it off before it will permanently scar your chest.
Yeah, I'll definitely take it off.
And it starts to just smolder. And what do you do with it? It's burning in your hand.
I mean, I take it off and I just throw it on the deck.
You see it slowly start to burn into the wood. This medallion shapes, and the shape of a golden fleece hung from the bottom. And that's where we end today.
The shape of a golden fleece.
Because if you look at your wonderful, wonderful handy dandy, it looks, there are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 medallions of gold and diamonds that are about 1.5 inches across, and hanging from the bottom under a crown is a golden fleece pendant, and it's slowly burning into the wood. And that's where we end for today.
The fuck? Well then. Thank you everyone for coming. Thank you for all the follows, all the subscriptions, all the donations, everything. Today was, I think, our last day of raising money for the Bail Fund project. So thanks to all of your generosity, we have raised $430. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you
And
for coming.
69 cents.
And 69 cents, which I believe is done on
Nice.
purpose. Nice. Let's go around the table. Tell us who you are, where we can find you on the internet. We'll begin with Isaac, and we'll do the same order as we did the intros.
Yeah, so in chat and Twitter, I'm at Dragon. You could find me sometime, most of the time here on Saturdays, and whenever Simon's like, "Hey, Quinn, you want to play a game?" And I'm like, "Yes." But right now, just this game. I had a super fun time hanging out. Deirdre, so good. I want to play this game forever, by the way. And then, yeah, just it was great role play today. I had a great time. Isaac is super fun to play. And I can't wait to see how it ends.
Thank you for coming. Alyssa.
Yep, that's me. I am at Xander Slamilton on the things. You can find me around. I'm only here on Saturdays, here to enjoy the continuing adventures of the Salty Swallow, and I'm sad there's not much more left. This is so much fun, guys, as always.
Thanks for coming. Lindy.
I was this close. I was this close to swashbuckling heroics. But Pocket Brick finally got to see some action, and I'm excited about that. You can find me online at LaughLoveLindy, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, etc. There is no Monday or Tuesday on my channel this week because I will not be streaming. So I'm gonna be out of town. But definitely check out Wednesday, where I'll hopefully be on Witcher with Prax, and next Saturday for the finale. Oh, so excited.
Yep. Thank you for coming, Lindy. Shauna.
Hey, God, that's such a good time today with everybody, and we survived the Kraken. Most of us, I'm a close call with Isaac, but hopefully we'll have Isaac back. But yeah, I'm Shauna Flying Cirrus on Twitter, where I have all the art and the games I'm on there on Twitter. And today is a busy day and a half because after this, it's gonna be Cat Flying Moose on We Are Nerdsmith at 7 p.m. It's a nice little like summer camp thing. It's very different character. And then at midnight tonight Eastern time, it's gonna be Fear Itself one shot on Off the Table for their Otterthon. And on Sunday at 3 p.m. it's going to be Encounter Roleplay's monthly meat grinder. We're raising a charity game, and I've somehow tricked myself into wearing a full being a full cat wizard, so it's gonna be makeup and stuff, so that should be interesting. That's what we'll see.
Thank you for coming. Deirdre.
Hey y'all, you know me. I'm at Deirdre Donlin on Twitter or Proximor Thesmiophorias. You see me around on Twitch. And as for me, you can find. I love you all. I'm glad you're having fun. Thank you, chat, for giving me a Kraken to play with. For those of you who are wondering, I determined the amount of wreck that Kraken could have by the amount of tentacles it had. Because, you know, that's my math. But you can find me on my channel starting on Tuesdays through Fridays at 11 a.m. Eastern. We are reading the Aeneid, discussing, and, you know, just having random digression conversations because we have a lot of fun with these things. You can find me on Wednesday, hopefully with Lindy, playing Witcher Family of Wraiths. We have a guest. It's great. There's the Wild Hunt. That's great. And you can find me back here on Thursday for Sisterhood of the Magical Blade, where I punted a dragon construct into the ocean last week because it stole my fiance. That's my reaction. But you can always check my Twitter because I post where I'm going to be, all the fun things I get to do, all the fun, wonderful people I get to hang out with, all the great stories we get to tell, all the fun things. So, thank you.
And again, thank you everyone for coming. I am Simon at Wandering DM. You can find me tomorrow over on Capri the Gamer's channel, where we're going to play Pathfinder 2nd Edition, The Extinction Curse. We're finally getting our circus on the road. On Tuesday, we'll be back with The Witcher, the finale of our first season of The Witcher, and then back on Thursday for Sisterhood of the Magical Blade, and Friday for Cyberpunk. We will not be having a pirate game next week.
It's
right?
4th of July.
Because it's the 4th of July. So the finale will be delayed until the 11th of July. So with that said, have a good afternoon, everyone. Have a great weekend. Stay safe, and we will see you again in 2 weeks. Bye-bye.